everybody. So today you're here watching this video because maybe you're working on your business cards for your business. You've already created them and they're not just doing the do for you or whatever, and you want to find out maybe a nugget of what you've missed. So today in this video I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that you should have on your business card as a government contractor, because it will help other businesses identify who you are and what you do, and it will help contracting officers as well being able to search and find out more about you as well. Okay, so for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Felicia Streeter over at FeliciaStreeter.com, where my signature program, the Contractor's Edge Bootcamp, helps small business owners just like you win your first government contract. So I'll put a link below for that. So on to your business card. Now, whether you do your business card, I have one of mine here, old one. But don't worry what's on here. I'm just going to flash these really quickly. But whether you do your business card like this way, right, or that way, it's up to you. Whether you have it square like this or you make it a little bit bigger, rounded edges, or however you want to do that, it's all cool. It's really the content that you have on the card that's most important. So here's what we want to put on our business card. One, of course, put your name, would you please? Who are they going to call, right? So you want to have your name. Put the name of your company, right? Because for most people, the name of the company kind of tells people what you do. Don't make them guess, right? Put your title. If you're the owner of the company, they want to know that, oh, I can talk to the key decision maker. Like, I don't have to go through a bunch of people. This is the person, right? So if you put your title, they know that. You also want to put your phone number. Do you really want them to have to go search and find your phone number in order to call you and say, hey, can you do this contract? Because they're not. They're going to move on to the next person, okay? People are lazy. Also, put your email address. Do you not want people reaching out to you or sending you a bidding opportunity or a request for a quote or something, or a request for a proposal? They can't do that without your email address. Also, if you have a website, put your website, right? Let them go find out more about who you are and what you do. This one is very, very important. Make sure you put your NAICS code, because for the contracting officers and those that do similar work as you, they'll know what the codes are, and so they can easily identify you as a prospect as far as being a subcontractor, doing a teaming arrangement, partnering on a project, whatever that looks like. So make sure you put your NAICS code. Very, very important. And then also put what product or service that you provide, because sometimes we don't tell that in our title, right? And then you may have someone that don't remember the NAICS codes and what they are. So make it easy, right? So put that on there as well. Also, whatever certifications you have, make sure you list those as well. And I'm not talking about educational certifications. I'm talking about the government certifications, like if you're a federal hub zone, state hub zone, woman-owned business, disadvantaged business, minority disadvantage, service disabled vet, 8A. I'm talking about those type of certifications. So make sure you put all that information on your business card. And here's another tip about your business cards. If you saw mine, let me see, I got two here. So this one here, I'm finna get somebody some free advertisement. But this one, if you can see it, this one here is glossy, if you can see it. And I don't know if you can, but this is glossy front and back. This one is one of my old ones, and it's not glossy, it's matted, okay? And so the difference in these two is, one you can write on, which is the matted, and the gloss you can't write on. So I always tell people, you can gloss the front, but don't gloss the back. Or ideally, don't gloss either side. And here's why. Because contracting officers are meeting a lot of people every day. And if you're at a conference or something, they're meeting hundreds and hundreds of people. And a lot of times they like to jot a quick note to remember maybe they're supposed to follow up with you or send you a particular request for a proposal or something like that. You don't want to miss out on that. And so you want them to be able to jot on their card whatever that next step was, right? Whether it's to call you, send you something, whatever that looks like. But on a glossy card, you can't write on it, okay? And here's a little sugar for a dime. Also, with your capability statement, don't make it glossy either, because they always write on those. And if it's glossy, they can't write on it. Stop making it hard for your potential contracts to get to you and those that are handling them, you making their work harder. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? So, matted, not gloss, all right? So that's it. That's all I have on business cards. If you have any questions about your business card, or if you want to pop it in the comments below, I'll definitely give it a check, right? And I'll reply to you. I would love to check them out and see what you got, all right? So if you need some help with any part of growing your government contracting business, if you need help getting to the table, I'll get you to the table, and then I'll teach you how to close the deal, all right? So in essence, I get you to the table. It's your job to close the deal. All right, so if you need help, go over to FeliciaStreeter.com, and you can definitely sign up, have a conversation with me, and we'll definitely see how we can help you and get you to your first government contract. All right, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye for now.